U.S. consumer spending consists of 68% of total GDP at $14.1 trillion in the 2020 year. Strong consumer spending is the main reason the GDP growth rate has been within the 2 to 3% healthy range since the Great Recession. Two-thirds of consumer spending are services. Developed and emerging countries have strong vector of growth in service-oriented economy. Consumer will have more intention spend more on complex services that will already include goods in moment of purchasing. Consumer behavior and trends are continually developing as the drivers of purchase decisions evolve. Consumers are also becoming increasingly immersed in the digital world. In addition, the composition of the U.S. consumer population is changing and is no longer one homogeneous group. Consumers also have growing expectations of being treated as individuals and likely won't settle for mass services in the future. More and more value gets local personal, individual services that could be reached in 15 to 30 minutes destination. Local services are strong GDP fundament for countries' economics as it couldn't be imported or outsourced from abroad, and it will be always in demand as people will be always needs with local services. Marketplace startups have done incredibly well over the first few decades of the internet, reinventing the way we shop for goods, but have been less successful services. While the first phase of the internet has been about creating marketplaces for goods, the next phase will be about reinventing the service economy. Startups will build on the lessons and tactics to crack the toughest service industries, including regulated markets that have withstood digital transformation for decades. In doing this, the lives of billions worldwide people who work in the services industries will join the digital transformation of the economy. In the past 20 years, tech companies transformed the way people buy goods online, and in the process created Amazon, eBay, JD.com, Alibaba, and other e-commerce giants, accounting for trillions of dollars in market capitalization. The next era will do the same to the $44 trillion global consumer service economy through discontinuous innovations in AI and automation, new marketplace paradigms, and overcoming regulatory capture.
When you start thinking about what type of blockchain solution to take for Inserviss marketplace transactions, we were thinking, can we take, for example, blockchain with permission optionals and with capabilities to large scalable transactions. Traditional public blockchains, they didn't provide these options and they were very hard to scale. They're very not friendly for environment because they required proof of work and proof of stake consensus protocols required a lot of energy consumptions. In this case, permission blockchains, they resolve a lot of issues. They are eliminating fraud on the chain. They didn't require a lot of nodes for transactions. They only required specific nodes to validate transactions. They are large scalable in this case, and they provide more environment friendly solutions for ecosystems to be able to proceed and grow in long term for whole ecosystem. When our idea was evolved not only for Inserviss marketplace as a service solutions, but also for Setcoin Group asset management marketplace to create both ecosystems, both marketplace and connect in one ecosystem. So it would be Inserviss marketplace for services, connections, business and consumers, and Setcoin Group asset management marketplace for connecting different kinds of institutions like insurance companies, pension funds, family offices with opportunities according to their investment strategies. So this could be asset owners of commercial real estate building, some kind of renewable energy infrastructure projects, private equity secondary markets on this on single marketplace buyouts M&A deals. And we are thinking how we can connect all this marketplace in single ecosystems and call it, for example, Setcoin Ecosystems. which was created on permission blockchain. So Setcoin was evolved from single payment solutions between business owners and consumers to ESG compatible solutions, digital assets with hybrid options, with security options and payments options, but mostly it was dedicated for institutionals for allocating capital into green cycling economy transitions and for long-term investments, for long-term growth. So based on two marketplaces, we are expecting there would be creating some health ecosystems with health growth from real sectors as Inserviss marketplace, and with long-term investments from institutions which would be allocate capital into Setcoin. Setcoin Group platform as asset management marketplace, we are expecting to resolve our internal issues for managing the business, for sourcing new deals, for due diligence procedures, analytical overview, some negotiations procedures and deal executions to make it everything single on every operations on single platforms. In this case, we would like to create some solutions which could eliminate for us paperwork by applying some big technologies into AI documents recognitions as OCR solutions. Also some solutions for quick onboarding procedures for institutions and asset owners, analytical overview in this case, and make everything with advanced identity solutions, and provide options not for us to running business on the platforms, but for other institutions to find relevant opportunities and execute on the single platform.
Digital Services Economy, DSE, presented by Setcoin Group with major focus provide roadmap and transformational framework to transition into green, cycling economy. Transforming the global economy where GDP growth decoupling from resource consumption should become task number one for today's governments and international organizations' agendas for post-pandemic recovery. Today we have great opportunities to increase the transition of world decarbonization and building new infrastructure with ESG capabilities for more sustainable growth. We can start by closing gaps needs of existing and future worldwide new types of infrastructure constructions, which could provide us background of the next steps for creating a global services economy. DSE series of fund dedicated to facilitate transition with major investments focus on greenfield and brownfield projects into renewables, smart cities, data centers, logistics and warehouses facilities, affordable housing, 5G, fiber optics telecommunications, waste and water management solutions. All investments could be done via Setcoin directly or DSE series of funds in traditional general partner and limited partners way. Setcoin Group. Allocating capital into Setcoin, you contribute to green and cycling economy transition.